All right, so we're going to talk about one-point perspective drawing. If you are able to download and print this worksheet, you can. If not, then you can simply draw these 6 shapes. Start by drawing a line down the center of your paper. Place a dot in the middle of the paper, and then you can draw your shapes. They certainly do not have to be perfect. Anything will work. You can use a ruler for this project. Most of you probably have a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, then you can just simply use the edge of a book, anything that's going to give you a straight line. For today's demonstration purposes, I'm using a triangle. This is what my face-to-face students are using, and we learn how to draw perfect vertical and horizontal lines with the triangle. So 1-point perspective drawing, I have 1 point. So we have 1-point perspective drawing, 2-point, and even 3-point perspective drawing. But basically what 1-point perspective drawing does is to helps us to take flat 2-dimensional shapes and turn them into 3D forms. So let's get started and learn how to do this. First of all, we need to locate the dot on our worksheet. That dot is very critical. That's called our vanishing point. And I'm just going to put a little VP there. And I'm going to start with this first square right over here. And it's very important that you use a ruler or triangle. And I'm going to connect these corners to this vanishing point. Please don't freehand it. Okay. We see I missed a little bit, but that's fine. I'll keep going. All right, so this is starting our 1-point perspective, and to finish this off and to make it a cube, I'm going to need to add 2 lines. A horizontal line and a vertical line. So I'm going to line up my triangle. And up here at the top, I'm going to draw a horizontal line. The reason I added a horizontal line is because I have a horizontal line here. And since I have a vertical line here, to finish this form, I'm going to add a vertical line over here on the side. And there I have already completed it. It's just that easy. So now I can go back, and if you want to erase these, what I call guidelines, you can. If you want to leave them, that's up to you. So let's go through some of these other forms. The shape that is directly under the vanishing point, very, very simple. I'm just going to connect these 2 top corners to my vanishing point. I'm not worried about these 2 corners down here. These are solid shapes. And I only need to add 1 line, and since I have a horizontal line here, I only have to add a horizontal line to my shape to make it a form. Now I can make this large, I can make it small, medium size. That's basically your decision. I think I'll make this one kind of small. All right, so I've added my line. Horizontal, horizontal, make sure they match. Notice how all these lines match. And of course, I can go back and erase my guidelines. That's optional. Moving on to the triangle. We're just going to connect this bottom left and the top of the triangle to the VP or vanishing point. Now this one's a little bit tricky. So on these 2, I added horizontal, vertical, horizontal lines. Here I have to draw a diagonal line. So the easiest way to do this is to line up your triangle or ruler on that line and just simply slide it however far over, however large you want to make the shape. And that's it, you're finished. You can imagine this looking like a rooftop to a house, and that's what it could essentially be. But notice how we've changed all of these flat shapes into now 3-dimensional forms. As always, it is optional if you want to erase your guidelines. All right, let's flip over on the other side. Got some basic shapes here. We're going to always start off by connecting to the vanishing point. So to finish this rectangle, to get a rectangular prism, I'm gonna need to add a horizontal line. I have a horizontal line here, therefore I need a horizontal line here. And since I have a vertical line here, I need a vertical line between these two lines. That easy, and I'm finished. The middle shape, which lies directly below the vanishing point. Once again, this is 1-point perspective drawing. There are lots of YouTube videos out there. Sometimes it's also called linear perspective. Check out those videos on YouTube. All right. So since this is, I only need to add one line to finish this form. I have a horizontal line here, and I'm gonna make this form kind of bigger. So I'm gonna add a horizontal line there. And I can go back and again, once again, erase all my guidelines. All right, last but not least, the backwards L. Kind of looks like a chair when we finish. Now we're gonna be connecting in 5 locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and connect those 5 corners to the vanishing point. 1, 2. This third one's a lot that people forget it a lot. 4. And 5. All right, this one's a little bit tricky, but I think you can handle it. So basically, we're redrawing this line right here. So I always like to start down at the bottom. Since I have a vertical line here, I need a vertical line here. Now, you notice that glaring spot right there, I missed my corner, but notice how that stands out. I think I'm even gonna fix that because it's bothering me that bad. Gotta be very precise with perspective drawing. Very precise. All right, now I'm ready. Vertical line, so I need a vertical line here. They match, they're twins, they're parallel. I have a horizontal line here, so I need a horizontal line here. I have a vertical line here. So I'm going to add in the vertical line and my last line, and then I'm finished. And I am complete. Of course, I'm going to put my name on that. Once again, erasing these guidelines is optional. I think it kind of makes it look cool to have the finished forms all by themselves. Of course, this is just practice. If you want to save your eraser, you can. The main thing I'm worried about is that you've drawn these forms correctly. All right, so there you go. So good luck with this, have fun, check out other YouTube videos for 1-point perspective drawing. Thank you.